Let's first take a look at how the Asian markets have started off this morning, and it's a slightly mixed picture, if you could call it so, because the Hang Seng is trading at 1/4% higher. The Taiwanese index too is up 0.2%. The losses, though, are coming from the South Korean markets. The Kospi is down over 1% currently, while the Nikkei is also trading with gains of around 0.6%. So, barring South Korea, most of the other Asian indices are trading with gains, and fairly good healthy gains as of now. 1/4% higher for the Hang Seng, the Nikkei too trading with gains of around 0.6%. Pull up the GIFT Nifty, that will give you an idea of how our own markets are likely to start off. A 250-point gap up as we speak, so the bulls would be happy to see that first tick on the GIFT Nifty. But also here's now progressing to the overnight action or the action over the long weekend that we have seen, whether it be the ratings upgrade, the Alaska summit, the GST related announcements from the Prime Minister. How will all of this impact our own markets? Our research team joins in with the trade setup, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the setup on the F&O side of things as well. Firstly, Vinny joins in to get all the market cues we need to watch out for. Vinny, good morning. It promises to be one, considering how the GIFT Nifty is looking like.
Absolutely, consider it. You could expect a very, very good day coming in for the markets today. Now, obviously, just a quick check on US markets. On Friday, they managed to close a bit mixed in terms of trading session. Today, the stock futures this morning are indicating a slightly higher start. Not much of a cue coming in from the US market, but a lot that happened over the weekend, right? Like you were mentioning. So now, in terms of FIIs on Thursday, they were selling around 1,926 crores. TIIs were buys of around 3,895 crores. Important factors that we're keeping an eye out on, like you mentioned, we do have the proposal of just a 2-rate GST. That is a positive surprise that came in, and main trigger that we could see a jump up. So this will help in terms of the consumption side as well, given what the trade tariff talks are currently going on with the US. Now, Jackson Hole Symposium, that is important in terms of commentary that could come in from the Fed side. So keep an eye out on that. That's going to be happening this week. We have talks that happen between, that will be happening between US President Donald Trump as well as the Ukrainian president as well. Now, obviously, Russia and US stocks, as of now, the round one is over. That will be key to watch out for. Now, what happens with the Ukraine president as well. Chinese foreign minister is visiting India. They are coming today and tomorrow. So keep an eye out on key commentaries that come in between India and China. Rating update that happened on Friday for India by S&P is a positive that comes in. We could see a bit of a run-up because of that as well, so positive signs there. Just a bit of a negative news for that's coming, that India and US trade talks, which was scheduled for 25th August, that has been postponed, likely postponed. So that is some bit of a subdued news. But other than that, we have positive cues that have come in, and that is why, look at the Nifty also. Nifty implied open is indicating a sharp gap up start for the Indian market.
A gap up start indeed, Vinny. Thanks a lot for that. Over to Upasna, who would list out the stocks that you need to watch out for today. Upasna, good morning. What's on your list?
Good morning. First up, let me start with Inox Swing. It has reported a good set of numbers. Revenue saw an uptick of 29% on year-on-year basis, and EBITDA margin also increased from 21.1 to 22.2. Glenmark Pharma is the next one. Overall, it's been a subdued performance for the company. Net profit down 86%, and revenue saw flat growth of just about 1%. Zaggle Prepaid also reported its number. Overall, it's a good set of numbers. Net profit up 58%, revenue up 32% on year-on-year basis. Vodafone Idea is the next one. Revenue growth was nearly flat, while margins stood at 41.8% versus 42.3%. IIFL Finance is the next one on our radar. Monu Ratna resigns as the CEO of the company, effective from 6th of October 2025. JK Cement is the next one on our radar as the board approves 4,800 crore greenfield expansion for 7 MTPA cement capacity across Rajasthan and Punjab. KEC is the next one on our radar. On the back of the order win, the company has received new orders worth 1,400 crore. Next up is Alembic Pharma. The company has received US FDA approval for tretinoin cream, which is mainly used in treatment of skin diseases. Now, cement stocks also in focus as Centre proposes 2-slab GST structure, a sentimentally positive move for cement stocks, and also Indian ferrous players also in focus as DGTR recommends a final safeguard duty on steel imports for 3 years. Now, this move is likely to be positive and in line with the industry expectations. So, the main winners on the back of this will be Tata Steel, JSW, JSPL, and other ferrous names.
Interesting list there, Upasana. Thank you for that. We'll keep an eye out on all of these names. And lastly, Sudarshan joins in with cues from the FNO space. Sudarshan, good morning. Well, the gap up is indicating that we'll go back to that 24,800 to 25,000 range today. But what's the FNO data indicating?
Good morning, Homa. So forget what happened on Monday. It's no more Monday blues today. And all indication from GIFT Nifty that we are getting is we are set to start with a gain of more than 200 points. Now for Nifty, 25,000 comes in the picture. But unfortunately, we'll have to talk about what happened on Friday. About the data, FIs continue to sell. They have sold more than rupees 1,900 crore in the cash market, while DIs have bought nearly rupees 4,000 crore. In the index future, because of range-bound trade, we saw just selling of rupees 17 crore by FIs. Long, they have reduced by 900 contracts. Short, they have reduced by 820. Long exposure remains around 8%. So there is another indication that short covering might be like huge short covering. We'll see. And we all have the positive news from the GST rationalization that PM has announced in his Independence Day speech. Talking about the options data, 25,000 call has come in the picture on Friday. It saw addition of more than 23 lakh shares. Even 24,700 call has seen addition of nearly 15.4 lakh shares. On the put side, 24,600 and 24,500 were the most active ones. Now talking about the levels for Nifty, support now 24,560, that is 100-day moving average. Now we are going to see opening for Nifty with a gain of more than 200 points. That's the reason 25,000 comes in the picture. Remember, 25,020 is the 50-day moving average, but immediate resistance would be 24,800. If we cross that, then 25,020 comes in the picture. Stocks in the focus, 4 stocks are in the band. Those are Titagar, PG Electroplast, PNB Housing and RBL Bank. Apart from that, 2 stocks that I have taken, one is Hero MotoCorp and HUL. You know the reason, GST rationalization.
Absolutely, Sudarshan. Thank you for that update as well.